Last of our opening section for geometry. Unit 0, Section 10 is on compositions of transformations, which is kind of awesome because we're not really learning anything new. We're just going to do one thing that we learned and then another thing that we learned so that you're doing 2 or more transformations at a time. Translations, when we were moving left, right, up, or down, we already went over this notation for. That was the T with the 2 numbers telling you what to add to the X's and Y's. So this was telling you what to do, how to move your points, all of them the same way. We're going to do the same thing with reflections and rotations. Reflections and rotations both start with R, so we got to be careful not to get confused as to which one is which. We're going to have a capital R, and the subscript is going to tell you whether you're doing a reflection or whether you're doing a rotation. To do a reflection, we have to have a line to reflect over. So the subscript is going to be the line you're reflecting over. So this could be reflect over the x-axis. This could be reflect over the line y equals 2. So capital R, and then with the subscript of a line tells you, oh, that R means reflection. This is the line I'm reflecting over. Whereas you can also use a capital R to say rotate. You subscript a point to rotate around, and then the number of degrees you're going to rotate. So for us, that's 90, 180, or 270. So this looks like rotate about the origin, O, 90 degrees. Rotate about the point 2, 270 degrees. So the notation there is kind of confusing because they use the same capital letter R for both things, but it is made clear in the subscript to which one is which. So let's do some of these. Oh, sorry, I forgot the symbol. And you see this little open circle? That's how we represent a composition of 2 things. And so here's our little symbol telling us that we're going to do this transformation first and then follow it with the second transformation. And so our first transformation, reflect over the x-axis. We know it's reflect because it gives us a line afterwards. So we have our original figure down here, A, B, C. We're reflecting it over the x-axis here. So usually this goes then to A prime, B prime, C prime. That's the first of the 2 transformations. Then we're going to take what we now have and reflect it over, or we're going to do the second transformation, which is a translation, left 7 and up 2. So each of these points gets moved back 7 and up 2 to get into their final positions. And often this is called a double prime. B double prime, C double prime. Since we've done 2 stages to get this final transformation, we just put 2 little tick marks. And that's all we're doing. We're just doing things we've learned all week multiple times now. Do one, then do the next one, then do the next one, however many there are. Perform the following compositions, plot each stage. So if we take ABC here, our first thing is to reflect over the y-axis. So here's the y-axis. If we want to reflect over that, we're going to reflect this way. 6, 7. And down, what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our first stage reflected over the y-axis. Now we're going to take that and reflect it over the x-axis. So stage 2, here's your x-axis. We're going to take what we have, a prime, b prime, c prime, and reflect it now over the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To get our final piece of the puzzle here. They could ask us for any of those points. What is A in the first stage? What is A in the second stage? What is A prime? What is A double prime? Easy enough, if you understand what's going on, to be able to find any of those points that you're reflecting them to. Number 2, rotate about the origin 90 degrees and then reflect over the x-axis. So our first stage, rotate 90 degrees about the origin. So we're rotating 90 degrees about the origin. To get J prime, K prime, and L prime. Then we're going to take that and reflect it over the x-axis. So there's our x-axis. Reflecting that over the x-axis. To get J double prime, K double prime, L double prime. That's the composition, so we're done there. Translate. 2 to the right and 7 up. So 2 to the right and 7 up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put F up there at F prime. 3 down from that is, oh, that's an R. R prime. And O prime. And a U prime. We've taken every point and moved it right 2 and up 7. Now it wants us to take that figure and rotate it about the origin 180 degrees. So we're rotating about the origin 180 degrees. For our composition figure, this is our second stage, so U double prime, O double prime, F double prime, R double prime. Double rotations in number 4. Rotate about the origin 90 degrees. So 90 degrees about the origin. T prime. There's our triangle. Rotated for the first iteration. And now we're going to rotate it again, another 90 degrees about the origin. Whee! Makes it come down here. So try number 5 and 6, and then unpause the video and see if you've got this down, or if you might need a little more assistance, and then check your answers and write down any questions you might have, and I'll see you guys later.